Do you ever wonder why, when the best players in the world hit their irons, they hit them so crisp and so powerfully? But yet when you hit your irons, it feels very weak, it feels very floaty, and you just cannot get that good strike. Well, the secret to this is being able to generate shaft lean at impact so that we can hit the ball first, the ground second, and get that beautiful squeeze on the golf ball. Now, often this gets over complicated. So today I'm going to show you how to fix this and learn this in the easiest way possible. Now, I want this to feel like a genuine lesson. So I want you to get up out of your chair. And what I want you to do is grab an object, whatever's closest to you. It could be your phone, it could be your TV remote, it could be a golf ball. And I want you to stand up nice and tall and position this ball right below your belt buckle, basically in the middle of the stance. Now, without a golf club, just make a thumb shape here and grip that lead thumb with your trail hand as if we're gripping a golf club. Now, what I want you to do is make a backswing and come down to where roughly you think the shaft would be parallel to the ground. Think about where your thumb's pointing. Now, pause here. If you're in this situation here and you can see that the back of your lead hand is behind the golf ball, then you are going to struggle to generate shaft lean. You're going to fat the ball, you're going to thin the ball, you're going to have really weak, poor contacts. Why? Because if I was to do this correctly, the best players in the world, when they come down to this position, will have the back of their hand in line with that object on the ground. Don't believe me? Let's look at some tour examples. So here are a couple of tour pros right here. I've drawn a line at address straight down from the center of their belt buckle. They are then going to take the club back, bring it all the way down, and you can see the butt end of the grip or the back of their hand there, sort of the edge of their lead hand is touching that line. So let's jump back into this. Again, have that object right in the middle of your stance right there. Let's get an easy win straight off the bat. Go to the top of your swing, come back and feel what it feels like to get the back of the hand in line or even slightly past that golf ball before the club goes past parallel to the ground. So before your thumb starts to point down. You'll start to notice that you have to pull your arms down quickly, get them in front of you, and guess what? This is a win already. You have learnt the key position that's going to allow you to strike the ball more consistently. On a quick side note, if you are enjoying today's video, please give it a like and the channel a subscribe. And also a super exciting announcement. I'm gonna start doing golf schools in Miami. If you want more information about that, so you can come and meet me in person, drop a comment down below and I'll shoot you a message. Now watch this. If I do a rehearsal swing with a golf club, and if you have a golf club nearby, pause the video, go grab one and come back, and I do that same feeling. So I come down to this shaft parallel position, so shaft parallel to the ground, and look, the edge of my hand there is in line with that golf ball. Now notice this, if I was just to keep shifting and turning and then release that club down, look, my hands are already past the ball, and you can see now by the time I get to the golf ball, look how much shaft lean I can generate. So by getting into this position quickly, I'm able to get my hands past the ball so much earlier. I've never seen a golfer have shaft lean at impact with their hands behind the ball. It doesn't happen. Now, let me just explain a little bit of science that a lot of people get wrong. A lot of golfers go to the top of the backswing and they really try and fire their body hard. Now that is amazing for clubhead speed, but they always miss out one key piece, is we also have to fire and pull our arms down the fastest. When we measure the best players in the world and we can put sensors on the grip and on their hands, we find that they move their hands fastest in their golf swing from the top of the backswing to this position here. They accelerate their hands super quick, super early. They are pulling that shaft down. Okay, so now we're gonna get back to giving you some wins so you can feel exactly what it feels like to get into this good position. We're gonna do a drill called the axe drill. Now again, I want this to be a real lesson, so go grab a golf club. You only need an iron. I've got a 7-iron here. Whatever iron you've got, it could be a wedge as well. Just go grab it. Now, what you're gonna do, leave that golf ball there in the middle of your stance. Take your iron, and before you take your grip, toe it completely in. So hence why we call this the axe drill. Here's what I want you to do, and I want you to do this right now with me, is I want you to imagine you're now a lumberjack. I want you to take that club back, and I want you to come back and try and split that golf ball in half. To the top, come down, split that golf ball in half. You see that right there? Now if I just pause here, look how much shaft lean I have. Look at where my hands are relative to the ball. I'm not gonna try and split that ball by doing this. You see how I'm hanging back? This looks awful. I'm not going to be able to split that ball. I'm not going to be able to, if that was a piece of wood, I wouldn't be able to split that wood either. I'm going to go here and I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to feel like I'm using my body, but I'm using my arms as well. I'm pulling my arms down so I can split that wood in half right there. Now, if I do this in slow motion here and I come down and I do that same feeling, look, when the shaft is parallel to the ground, where's the edge of my hand? Hey, it's over that marker right there. If anything, it might even be slightly past. So now as I come in, look, it's easy for me to get that motion. Now, if I do it and I actually play it back in slow motion, so I go here, down, and you can see I've tried to chop that in half. Let's play it back in slow motion, and let's draw a line down from the middle of my belt buckle. You can see as I come down, I hit that checkpoint right there. Edge of the hand or butt end of the grip hits that line at shaft parallel, and then look how much shafting I can generate. Now what we've got to do is translate it into a golfing sense. And again, don't worry, I'm making this super simple. So what I've got here is a tee, and I've used some just really sticky tape. I've sort of looped it round in itself, and you can see it sort of forms this circle shape. Now, if you're in the UK, we can use blue tack. I don't know if you guys have it here in America. I'm in Orlando currently right now. But you can use anything just to stick it in the middle of the club face. You see right there, I've stuck that tee right in the middle of the club face. You can see that beautifully right there. And if I grab a golf ball and place it down, I'm still going to imagine that I'm trying to split that ball in half. So obviously you can see now the tee is right there. Now obviously it's sort of pointing up a little bit. Might be easier to do this with a long iron, but you can see here, if I now go to the top of the backswing and I just move that right underneath my belt buckle, and I go, right, I want to try and get that tee. If I'm looking at it, I want to get that tee splitting that ball in half. So straight away, I had to feel like I pulled my arms down and sort of across me right here. Amazing. That's a huge win right there. That's going to help us deliver shaft lean by getting the hands ahead. If you've done that, you've just felt what shaft lean feels like. As well as this, I also feel like I'm trying to twist that tee to point back at the ball. And I was naturally doing that. I could feel my right hand doing that. So if you've ever heard Pete Cowan, amazing golf coach, say spin the forearm, that could be quite complicated, but this is a really nice, easy way of thinking of it. So go here to the top, pull the arms down. You can see I'm spinning that tee down so it sort of points into the ball, and I'm trying to chop that tee. I'm trying to chop that ball in half right there. Look at that impact. That is a crazy good impact right there. So I do it again, I come down here, I try and spike the ball. Look at that club face positioning, look at that shaft lean. So we can actually just take this off and we can start to just clip some shots away. So if I just leave that down on the ground there, we can always stick it back on in the bit. But if I just hit a shot here, and I'll do a little 3/4 swing. We'll play it back in slow motion and see if I hit these checkpoints right here. So draw that down. Yep, that ball's pretty much underneath the center of the belt buckle. And if I do a little swing, I gotta admit, that is absolutely pure. If you can hit golf shots like that every single time with that beautiful compression and ball and ground contact, guess what? Your handicap is going to plummet. It also feels amazing. It's nicer on your joints, it won't cause anywhere near as much pain, and it's just gonna help you play better golf. Now, let's play it back in slow motion. Did I hit that checkpoint? Yes, I did. I hit the checkpoint, which is fantastic, but also look how much shaft lean I was able to generate. So there you have it. Hopefully all of that makes sense. If you have questions, please ask away. And if you want more one-to-one help with myself, I offer online coaching on the Skillest platform. The link is down below. As well as that, really exciting, I'm gonna start doing golf schools in Miami, Florida. If you want more information about it, comment down below. I'll send you some info on it, and from there we can get together. Finally, if you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and the channel a subscribe.